Some of that luster has worn off Spain, Jules. How are they looking ahead of their game against Morocco?
Yeah, I think that defeat against Japan has sort of hurt them. I think this was a big wake-up call for them, for Luis Enrique as well, who, by the way, has been great. If you watch him on Twitch, saying great stuff like, let the kids enjoy football, let them play.
Yeah.
Don't put them under too much pressure. It's been really good, to be fair.
It's been good. It's just all going to get really old, and the magic's going to wear off very quickly.
And especially if they get knocked out in the last 16 by Morocco. A Morocco team that is very good. We mentioned that before.
And that's very Spanish, too, with Achraf Hakimi.
And can cause a lot of problems, I think, to this Spanish team, who will have to be more creative and have better idea and more flair than what they showed against Japan, for example, against a tough defense.
More creative and more flair. Obviously, they have players who can do that. Do you think he might change his base lineup? And I'm not just talking about starting Morata. I think he might consider that. I don't know that he will. Do you see that maybe
could be some Busquets? Is that what you mean?
He's got players. He's a talented player there.
Gavi and Pedri and Busquets, I think, is going to.
If you say the problem is creativity, I know Gavi and Pedri are fantastic.
Yeah, but
you're pointing a finger at those two guys.
Well, it's not just them being the creative touch. Also, how you put them in that team.
You want Pau Torres to be creative.
No. How you play them in that team. There's a point where maybe you can look a bit more for the verticality than what you usually do. There may be a point where, they need more movement, because at times it was too stale against the Japanese. Everybody stayed in a position.
So this is the part I don't understand, and this to me is a coaching. And I love Lucho, right? Dani Olmo's had, 3 years working for Leipzig, where it's all verticality all the time. Ferran Torres, we know, is naturally a vertical player. Pep Guardiola told us, and he comes from City, right? Or he was at City for a long time. Yeah. So he's got that verticality. Morata is all about verticality, right? None of these people is like the winger that goes on the Marco Asensio, different story. But what's the problem, other than the instructions from the coach?
Yeah, I think there's a lack of movement in that team, I have to say. I don't think I would say that for a Spanish team, but it does.
It's unusual, isn't it?
It's very unusual. And they need to find an answer very quickly, because we can easily see a repeat of the Japan defeat against this Morocco side, who have ballers and very strong defense as well.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.